So what we've got to do here, I keep using this word objective. Objective, 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 and I explain the difference. But we got to walk through this a little bit so we understand it. And hopefully it's in the book. We're starting on page 415. I'll get people, I know I owe somebody a book, and I'll get others some books if you just let me know. Let's talk about this idea of deciding what's true. How do people decide? Because people are deciding. They're taking sides, right? All right. Absolute truth. This is different than objective. We just got to understand the terms because people use them. Absolute truth means it's true regardless of the circumstances I'm in or the situation. Relative means my truth depends on my circumstance. Okay? Objective truth means regardless of my opinion. Subjective truth means it depends on my opinion. These are basic terms, but it's okay. We don't think about this stuff much. The culture, the evil culture, because I'm fully vested 100% the Bible's true. Everything about the Bible, I believe it's true. I believe it's the best source for governing my life. This is what I believe. And it talks about the warfare that goes on is not physical. It's behind the scenes. It's spiritual. And you're watching this evil spirit all over the place. Border infiltration, police are evil. If you're white, you're a racist. Transgender bathrooms. I mean, there's so many hitting us. We don't even know where to stop to get ourselves situated here, right? It's gotten that bad. So to understand the difference of a circumstance versus an opinion is important because people will use it against you. Yeah, so subjective, always tie it to objective, right? So one thing that might be helpful, let's play a little game with this. So, the word so, S-O, just as an acronym, subjective, objective. Those go together. Subjective does not go with absolute. Subjective goes with objective, right? Then you could say AR, like an AR-15. Okay, I'm already in trouble. AR, you've got absolute versus relative. AR-15, absolute versus relative. So, subjective, objective, right? That's how they go together. So, a person can have both at the same time, but we're going to look at an example that will be helpful, I think. It's possible, yeah, it's possible. I don't think you can pin it down that easily because these are philosophical. They're not mechanical. It's not like the torque on a bolt that you're going to use so that your tire stays on, right? Right? Circumstance, opinion, hey, it's 40 foot-pounds plus or minus 2 foot-pounds or something. It's just a value. It's a spec. This is philosophy, right? So it's how people interpret or use things, but these are absolute philosophical worldviews. There's several of them. Another one is skepticism, right? Another one is perspectivism. We talked about that in a marriage. The worst thing you can do in a marriage is have subjective versus objective. I want to paint my living room. My wife goes, I want it yellow. It's bright and happy color. I go, well, I want it blue because I like the subdued feeling. And honey, actually, studies have been done that show that blue is better of a mood relaxer than yellow. Therefore, based on the data, I think we need to do blue. Will that convince my wife? No. Yeah.
Then what's the point of being married?
Yeah, so what happens is you come to an obvious conclusion. It's like, well, wait a minute, this makes no sense. Perspectivism, though, is how marriages survive. You're not so set on being right all the time because the impact of being wrong is minor. It's not that big a deal. So you're willing to share perspectives.